My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. Alright, so UFC 272 has just concluded. Masvidal versus Covington. Let's talk about it. First off, a couple of fighters from the earlier rounds or earlier fights outside of the main event and prelims, early prelims to look at. All right, there we go. First off, Umar Nurmagomedov. And yes, if the last name that I just mentioned sounds kind of familiar, this person on the screen looks kind of familiar, that's because he is. He has a striking resemblance to his brother, Khabib Nurmagomedov. So, yeah, Umar won his match. He finished the early prelims. He was the main event of the early prelims, so to speak. Yeah, he got a first round submission. Yeah, that's I'm not surprised at all. Not in the least. So yeah, he's definitely carrying on that family grappling legacy. Oh man, I haven't seen much. Well, I don't know what his training was like, but I definitely know that Khabib honed his skills wrestling bears. And yeah, bears weigh like about 400 to 500 pounds, and those are just the babies. So yeah, I mean, hey, if a guy can pin a bear, like, it's only a matter of time. Like, what can he do to an average human being, average sized human being? But in any case, so Umar and Islam, they are all in Khabib's little team or whatnot. So yeah, they are all very seasoned grapplers. So yeah, Islam submitted his guy. Another guy that I mentioned in the last video, Jalen Turner, he also won tonight. Second round knockout. He knocked out Jamie Malarkey. Okay. Alright, moving on. Kevin Holland, he won tonight. He knocked out Cowboy Oliveira. And man, like, it's crazy because he has like I said in the last video, he has a reputation of, he's the guy that talks shit during the fight. He wasn't really he wasn't quite as vocal this fight. And I think he was I think he might have lost the first round. Came out in opening moments of the second round, stunned Oliveira, and immediately jumped on him and started wailing him. And it took the ref a minute to really say, all right, fight's over. Like, so, yeah, so yeah, Kevin Holland won. That's that's a good boost for him. He's a welterweight, so now he's so I guess he'll be in the talks for competing with Usman and Covington and Masvidal. Alright, so speaking of Covington and Masvidal, let's talk about this fight. So first off, I gotta I gotta speak on exactly how the fight started. And oh man, Masvidal immediately started the fight exactly how he started the fight with Ben Askren, flying knee, because I guess he kind of figured that Kobe was gonna come in trying to grapple him, and he was right. But to get to that in a second. But Kobe didn't come immediately in, so so the flying knee missed. He kind of had to hold up a minute. But yeah, if that would have connected, that would have like did some damage early on. So after that, I think Masvidal ended up hurting Kobe's leg or knee in the first round. He was applying leg kicks, striking and everything. So Kobe fell back on his wrestling. And I gotta say, throughout this whole fight, Kobe out wrestled Masvidal. And it's like, I don't know, there was points in time where Masvidal like completely abandoned his strategy, because he's bare knuckle guy, he's a striker. So like he was hurting Kobe with the leg kicks, went away from that. He was he was stunning him with the hooks, like, because there was times where it's like at the end of the round, he was catching Kobe. He was catching Kobe like flush. Like there was sometimes where Kobe would give one, he would take one from Kobe and then he would trade at the same time, and it was like this, and it was like the stumble, the oh so familiar stumble that we've seen from the Usman fight. It was like, all right, Masvidal, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there? Like it was like deer in the headlights. And it was like he was both like proud of the fact that he hit him, but at the same time was like, oh shit, I hit him. So like, come on. And then like what Kobe's attack was, he didn't just like go for the takedown. He would come in and he would throw combos, and then he would strike and then take down. So it was definitely a good strategy to use against Jorge, because he didn't see it coming. He kept getting caught in clinch after clinch after clinch, some of which he was able to escape and reverse, but not enough to carry weight in the decision. So it got to a point where they was like, all right, hey, last 2 rounds we got to make something happen, we got to hurt this guy. And like I think I've seen maybe like 2 strikes that in those 2 rounds that seriously hurt Kobe, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. But like the Masvidal that showed up to fight tonight was not the Masvidal that that we've seen previously. Like, so like, I don't know, like it's like just standing there and letting Kobe hit you, like, come on, man. Like yeah, like Kobe was wailing on him like completely, and that's not to say that Masvidal wasn't throwing those strikes back, but like there was some time where like like Kobe would come in with a combination and Masvidal would tag him, and he would tag him hard, and then it's just like, then the fight stops, and I'm like, what are you doing? Just rush, attack. And then even in the midst of me saying that, because I feel like sports analysts and announcers have my room bugged. They said Joe Rogan said it. He was like, yeah, he's allowing Kobe too much time to recover. So it's like, oh man, like even if he would have like just jumped on him and wailed on him or whatever, I don't know, sometimes you might get lucky. Sometimes the ref will like try to be quick to react. Well, hold up, no. Herb Dean was the referee, so no, you would have had to wail on him for a good minute. But if you get him to a point where he's not able to fight back, he's gonna stop the fight. But yeah, like basically all Kobe did was he throw a combination, get the double leg or get the single leg, push him up against the fence, take him down to the mat, and then he would just ride him for the rest of the round. So he made Masvidal carry his weight mostly the entire match, throughout most of the match. So yeah, and then it's like, of course, like I said in the last video with Adesanya versus Whitaker, when you take somebody down, there's a thing called time of control. So Kobe had time of control, so he won the fight. I mean, yeah. And it was like, then Masvidal, when they asked him after the fight, when Rogan asked him after the fight, what happened, he said, well, I guess my wrestling wasn't good enough. I mean, like, you had him. There were times where he was wide the fuck open. Like, oh man, it's like, no, that's not you. You don't wrestle. Like, wrestle, get back to your feet, and then box him. Like, oh man. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure there'll be another more in-depth explanation or analysis on his part that'll come afterwards. But yeah, so now Kobe called out somebody from Louisiana. He referred to them as Louisiana swamp trash. I couldn't understand what he was saying, but I'm pretty sure that somebody will correct me, or I'll find out. Actually, matter of fact, hold on. He called out LeBron James? Oh, that was during the weigh-ins. Dustin Poirier, that's who it was. He called him out because they mentioned in the press conference that DP is thinking about coming up to welterweight from lightweight. So, I mean, hey, that's better than him beating Conor McGregor for a 5th time. The night goes to Kobe. That's, I mean, I hate to say it, but hey, that's the way it's gonna be. That's the way it is so far. So, I mean, Jorge had a goal in mind, and it didn't come to pass. So, hey, congrats to Kobe. He had the right strategy, the right combination to win, striking and grappling versus just grappling. And if you don't adjust, you lose. So, next on the cards, hold on. UFC 273 on April 9th. Got Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. They made a joke about this. We don't even know who that guy's name is. They just call him, all right, fine, fuck it, Korean Zombie. Now, while that is the main event, I'm more excited about the co-main. Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan in the rematch for the bantamweight title. Now, if you missed my previous video that I did on that one, yeah, Aljamain Sterling, he won the title off of a disqualification by an illegal knee from Peter Yan. So that caused some controversy because, at first, even though he was saying like, well, I don't want the belt, I don't want to win the belt that way, but he definitely took the belt. And later on that night, he was like showing the belt off at a party or a mixer of some sort or whatever, and the whole uproar of the UFC community was basically like, well, you supposed to have a concussion, you're not hurt, you don't look hurt drinking and shit. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that is a bad look, but what would have prevented that? Not throwing an illegal knee. So, hey. But this time, maybe he'll put up a more effective game plan, because, yeah, Aljamain, he came out way too energetic in the last fight. And, He was damn near about to lose. I mean, he was actually losing the fight before Jan threw that illegal knee. If Jan didn't throw that knee and the rest of the fight played out, Jan would still be the bantamweight champion right now. But hey, in any case, all right. So that's on the next pay-per-view. Yeah, there's some fight nights in between that, but yeah, y'all look those up. I'm not gonna cover them. But in any case, that's it for the UFC 272 breakdown. My name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. Let YouTube know you was here. I'm out.